What's up?
You know, it's supposed to be live on Facebook. I'm gonna test the stream and my Instagram stream also.
This is live right now. Oh, this camera?
Yeah.
This DSLR?
Facebook.
What?
Those.
I thought you
camera
had to, that is
Instagram.
really cool. Okay, guys.
And that is his Instagram.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm having people asking me right now if I'm smoking a joint while doing this podcast. No, it's Sage, guys. I was trying to just be funny and recreate the whole
That's like Elon Musk.
Joe Rogan, but I was just messing with you guys. Don't worry, I didn't bring it to it.
It's all fake.
He got disappointed.
It's all fake. It's not true.
I just wanted to clear the room before I get here. You know what I mean? Because how many interviews have you done?
2 by video conference.
No, but you've done a lot of
Oh,
interviews.
here, yeah.
Podcasts. Yeah.
Yeah,
How many
I
podcasts
like-
have you done?
20.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, what made you want to interview me?
Because
You're big.
you're Jennifer.
Jennifer, I
That's why.
love you. You're cute. Hugo, I'm excited to be here with you. We're gonna have a lot of fun. Should we do some voice, like like
Anything you want
what do
to
you
do.
do to clear your voice? What are like some tricks that you do? Show me the ropes.
I don't really do anything before.
What do you mean? Don't you get like don't you want to like pump yourself up with like energy? Like how do you do it?
When I go
Yeah.
with the flow of the person in front of me.
So you feed off of
I
my
think I'm
energy.
like, oh, okay, okay.
You're an empath, so just like me. So
I
that's
just
fine.
copy the flow, you know. If
Copy
he goes low, I go low, but
If I go low, you go low.
yeah,
But if I go high.
I go high.
Okay, ready? So let's do some fun voice exercises before we get into this podcast.
Okay. Okay. I'm not.
Ready? Okay, one more time, Hugo.
Okay.
Was that my flow? Really? Was that?
No, that's me. That's me. That's me. That's not seriously. I have a long way to go.
good.
I have a long way to go.
I took a skim of your questions, like your outline that you
Mm-hmm.
had, but to be honest with you, I don't like going over everything because
I
then
know.
it's not a natural flow, and I'd rather just have an open, honest conversation with you. So let's
Okay,
just
good.
have fun with this. So even though you have an outline, don't even feel like you're gonna have to follow it because me and you are just gonna end up getting into conversation.
We're
and
gonna
just
end up smoking
shooting
that
the shit.
and
Exactly. So I'll pass you the sage.
Okay. We're ready?
Question: is this PG-13 or like can I swear? Can I be like?
You can
what-
go ahead.
I can do whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. You may regret that later. Okay. Cool. Okay. So,
Ready, Philip?
Everything's
Philly,
ready.
we
Already?
Philly in the back, guys. We have a Philly in the back.
Okay, so let's start this. Road to the IPO, le podcast des entrepreneurs aguerris. And today's podcast is gonna be in English, and I have the great pleasure to welcome on the show Jennifer Selinger. Hey, how's it going, Jennifer?
I'm good, Hughes. How you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you very much for accepting our invitation. And I know you come from West Island, so has it been the trip into here?
Okay, Boucherville, guys. I'm in Boucherville. I
Yeah.
don't think I've ever been in Boucherville.
Okay.
It was quite a journey to get here. It was an hour. I feel like I'm a tourist in my own city because I've never been here before, but it's beautiful. It reminds me a lot of Saint Javit. I feel like I'm up north. It's gorgeous. You're right by the water, and
Yeah.
I'm moving in. So basically, the office right next to you I see is empty, and I'm taking over.
For real?
Yeah, I'm moving to Boucherville.
So we have a new co-worker officer, Jennifer.
As long as you guys pay for my gas, we're good.
Okay. So we are live on Facebook and on Instagram. So yes, so those who don't know you, Jennifer, can you talk about yourself?
So, okay, what do you, so for people who don't know me,
Yeah.
I get asked this question all the time, what do you do?
Yeah.
And I never really know how to answer that question besides, I follow my heart. I do what I'm passionate about.
Okay.
Like I find things that I have a lot of passion for and I do that.
Okay.
So when it comes to video, photography, TV hosting, emceeing, motivational speaking,
Okay.
really anything and everything behind the camera, in front of the camera, entertaining, and just feeding off people's energy and giving it back.
Okay,
I
wow.
just love being with people. I'm a lover, and I just love sharing my passion and my flow.
Okay, so I was looking on your profile and everything, and I saw that you're a joyologist. What's
A
that?
joyologist.
A
Okay, so
joyologist.
this goes way back. This is actually hilarious. Okay, I once went to the Oprah show in Toronto,
Okay.
and there was this girl, Renee, that I met. She's awesome, and she gave me that nickname. It was from like a Saturday Night Live
Okay.
skit. And she was just like, Jen, you are totally embodying, you are a joyologist. Like, that is what you are.
Okay.
And ever since I was younger, a lot of people would ask me, they would say, Jen, how are you so happy?
Okay.
You're always so happy. And there was a time in my life, there was a period where I thought I was going to study positive psychology.
Okay.
I was fascinated with happiness and fascinated with the fact that everyone every day would ask me,
Okay.
how are you so happy? And I didn't understand why aren't people happy? And why is it so fascinating for people to see someone that's so happy and to question that?
Yeah.
So for a long period of time, I've always wanted to study positive psychology.
Okay.
And then I was given the name of joyologist. And then when I was on a reality show with The Bachelor Canada, and they use that nickname, the joyologist. So basically what it is it's someone who just spreads joy and love and happiness wherever they go. And you know, I'm not just a joyologist. I'd like to think everybody has a joyologist in them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So that's where it came from.
You have so much energy. I'm just like, I don't know. I said, wow, because I saw your videos on Facebook, YouTube, and people are just happy when we are there with you. Like, Jennifer is here, so they go, oh, Jennifer and everything. So for real, you have so much energy on you.
That's so sweet of you.
Where does it come from?
So my energy stems from people.
Okay.
So I'm an empath, and I feel energy. I feel people.
Okay.
If someone's crying, even if it's a few tables away, I'll feel them, and then I'll start crying. If someone's laughing in the other room, I'll start laughing. I just feel energy.
Okay.
And so when I'm alone, I'm very calm.
Okay.
I'm an introvert, and a lot of people.
For real?
A lot of people question that. And my good friends know that. My family knows that about me. When I'm home, it's not like I'm always on on this high.
Yeah.
But it's when I'm surrounded by people, I get, especially strangers, I get super excited. I get this wave of energy, this passion, this flow, and it's this wave of excitement that I can't even control. And so even when I first saw you guys and I got out of the car, you know, I mean, I'm not going to lie, like on the way here, I was singing and dancing. Yeah, I had some energy because I was getting pumped and drinking my Starbucks. But it's like when I saw you guys, I felt it. I felt you, and I feed off of the energy that you guys give back. So my energy stems from people.
Okay. Wow, that's awesome. Wow.
Yeah.
I know that you travel a lot, so I want to ask you about your traveling. So why did you decide to start traveling like that and go, like, I think you went traveling for 6 years to a lot of countries?
Yeah. So when I was 23, I always, so basically I'm a total school nerd. Like I'm a big, like I love school. I'm one of those, like as long as you're studying something that you're really passionate about and that you love, when it comes to school, I've always made sure that I took classes that I loved, and I always wanted my own club. That was like a dream of mine to have my own club at university. So I launched a club that started in Waterloo, Ontario, but I launched it at Concordia. It was called Students Offering Support, and basically what we would do is we would find volunteers to help students prepare for their exams, and we would charge the students, and with the money raised, we would go build sustainable development in developing nations. So this club that I started at Concordia University, we raised over like almost $20,000. We had a team of 15 people, and I led a volunteer trip to Nicaragua. I've traveled a little bit before, you know, with my family and stuff like that, but never anything like this. And I never knew that I was a world traveler until I took that trip. So it all started at 23 when I led that volunteer trip to Nicaragua. We were sleeping on like concrete like ground. We were peeing in a bucket. We were taking poops in a hole outside. There were no showers. We were doing crazy labor, 5:30 in the morning till 4. And afterwards you're like schwitzing and sweating, but you have no showers. It was just a crazy experience. And after those 2 weeks, my Jewish dollar bubble, like, you know, living in dollar days or mo in this like little bubble, it was popped. It was popped. And I said to myself, there's no way that I can go home after this. My life is completely changed, and I have to keep going. I just have to keep going. So I canceled my flight home. And I continued traveling for about almost a year. I did Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, Antigua, St. Vincent. And then I did like a San Francisco, LA, Vegas, because I went to go meet up for my best friend's bachelorette party, and then I came home. Then I realized I didn't I came home too soon and I wasn't ready for it.
Okay.
The thing is as a world traveler, it gets tough because
Yes.
everybody around you, they're continuing with their lives while you're away.
Yes,
And so
true.
everyone's getting married, they're having babies, they're moving out, buying houses. And so here I am traveling on my own.
Yes.
And everybody that loves me and cares for me.
Yeah.
They want the best for me, so they're, what they think is the best for me.
Yes.
So they would say, Jen, it's time for you to come home.
Yeah.
Get your shit together. How many times I've heard that, get
Yeah.
your shit together. And I'm like, honey,
Yeah.
I got my shit together. This is the best education I've ever had.
Okay.
Is traveling. So, a lot of people think that they know what's best for you.
Yes.
And at the beginning of my travels, I would listen to everybody else. I got to move out of the house. So I have to have a full-time job.
Okay.
I have to get married and have kids. What am I doing? But I came home and I went through, for a joyologist, my very first depression. I realized that I didn't want to be home. I wasn't listening to my heart. I wasn't listening to myself. I wasn't listening to my gut, to my aha,
Yes.
moments. And I knew deep down inside that I had to get up and go again.
Okay.
So I left and went on another year trip. And so that happens a few times. So in total, I was traveling for 6 years on and off. I've been to almost 30 countries on my own.
Okay.
And then I'd be traveling or meeting friends along the way, or I'd have a friend for like one trip, and then I'd go on another adventure and make a new friend.
Wow.
So it was kind of 6 years on and off, and living in Bali back and
Okay.
forth. Bali is my favorite place in the world.
Yes, I saw
the
that.
energy there is just, it's you can't even explain it.
Wow.
So that's how the traveling began.
What are the craziest shit that happened during traveling? Let's be honest.
Crazy.
Let's be honest.
Okay, well, let's be honest, because I'm always holding back from that. Okay, the craziest shit that's happened to me.
Yeah.
The good, bad, and the ugly. So one of my favorite travel stories is I was in the Philippines after a few drinks.
Okay.
Everyone
Okay.
knows that I'm a people and animal lover. I'm
Yeah.
even like the bug whisperer. I'll never kill an insect, and
Okay.
I've gotten into fights before with friends that have killed insects in front of me.
Okay.
When it comes to any living thing,
Okay.
creature, even when I have plants in my backyard, I feel bad when I pick off the basil
For
and the
real?
coriander. I kiss the
Okay.
plant. I know it sounds weird, but anything living, I love. So I'm a little tipsy, not gonna
Yeah.
lie, and I'm on the island Boracay in the Philippines.
Okay.
And I'm walking down the strip, and this is right after I actually had a bat on my shoulder. I made friends with a
Okay,
bat.
yes.
This beautiful, huge fruit bat. It was ginormous, and even when anyway, so
Yeah.
long story short, I'm walking down and there's a restaurant and the lady outside is just like, oh, pick your lobster,
Okay.
choose your lobster for dinner and come on
No.
in.
Okay.
So I said, okay,
I see where
okay.
this is going.
You see where this is
Yeah.
going,
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, let me see what lobsters you have. So this is Asian lobsters, so they're very different. They're not the lobster that you think they have. It looks very different, the
Okay.
lobsters in Asia. Anyway, so she's holding this lobster in her hand,
Yes.
and I'm looking at the bucket, and there's one more, and I'm just like, okay, well, I can't do anything for the one in the bucket right now. Mm-hmm. But I said, oh, she's holding this one. I said, oh, can I have a photo with the lobster?
Okay.
So as I'm holding this lobster,
Yeah.
and I'm a little tipsy.
Uh-huh.
Okay, little is an understatement. and I'm thinking to myself, I don't know what to do, but I know what to do, and I don't know what to do, and everything's going on, and I said, fuck it.
Fuck
and I
it.
bolted into the ocean.
No
I'm wearing
way.
a onesie piece. I'm like, fuck it. I run into the ocean, I take the lobster, and I'm swimming into the ocean with the lobster.
Okay.
But then I'm looking at this lobster, and I'm thinking to myself, this is the most ridiculous thing in the world. I'm thinking to myself, do lobsters even swim? I don't even know. And now I'm thinking, am I killing this lobster?
Yeah.
So and then I start crying, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing here. But I had to go with my gut, and I'm like, okay, lobster, whatever. You're better off here in the ocean than in that bucket. So I let him go, and I came back. And then when I came back to shore, there were cop cars.
No way, for
there
real.
were 5 cops. And then I looked at my friend, and she went like this. So I started running. And I said, I'll pay for the lobster. I'll pay for the lobster. Long story short, they arrested me. I went to jail in the Philippines
No
for
way.
saving a lobster. I had to, for bail, I
Wow.
had to pay 250 American, I don't even really remember, it was over 200 American
Yes.
to get myself out of jail.
So who doesn't listen to this podcast, don't try to save a lobster.
No, fuck that. Save the lobster, guys. But next time, save both of them. Don't just save one if you're going down. Save them all.
Same.
Save all the lobsters. So that's a crazy story that now everybody
wow.
loves. We love talking about. So that's one of my favorite travel stories. But then, you know, traveling also alone as a female, like there are times where I get myself into some crazy situations, like being robbed a few times.
Yes.
You know, unfortunately, you know, like one time I had someone like force themselves on me, but I was able to get myself out of it.
Yes.
With my mouth, obviously. No one wants to fuck with this. Like, because, you know, like I have a mouth on me. But there were times where, like, you know, there are some scares of being followed and stuff like that.
Yes.
But overall, I'm a very tough cookie. And you just have to know when you're traveling alone like that, you got to be smart. And when you put yourself in certain situations, you have to know how to get yourself out, which is usually bribing, unfortunately, with corrupt police officers and stuff like that. But I have some really crazy stories from my travels. But I don't think we have enough time for that. How much time do we have, guys?
Oh, we still can continue.
Okay.
But I mean, for people that are watching this live, maybe there's some people that want to go and traveling alone, but they're scary. What can you tell them? Okay, so I have a lot of friends that have this fear. Yeah. And a lot of people that actually come up to me, and I get the same questions all the time. It's, I have children, I have a family, I have a house, I don't have enough money, I have no one to go with, like, what do I do? Do I go on an organized trip? These questions come up quite frequently for a lot of people when they talk to me about travels and what they wish that they could do. And also it's funny, when I come home from traveling, I get a lot, oh, I'm so jealous of you, like I wish I could do that. I'm so fucking sick of that shit, because I'm sorry, if you really want to do it, you will do it. Like, stop making excuses. And for people that have children and a house and a mortgage and you can't get up and leave, I understand, I respect that. But then you don't need to, if you can't right now, like go jump on a plane and travel, then be a tourist in your own city, jump on the metro, go on an adventure, take one of those maps with your kids, come to
and have fun. Like, go travel in your own city, or go to Toronto and do that, or go on like a mini trip to Tremblant. And for the people that really want to travel and they're scared to go alone, I'm not gonna lie, every time I get on a flight by myself, I freak out. I cry in the car on the way to the airport. I go, Mom, Dad, what am I doing? What did I get myself into again? Oh, wow. I'm scared shitless. It's not like I'm fearless. Like, every time I go on a trip, I'm scared. Okay. But the second I get on that flight and I make friends with the flight attendants and I make friends with the stranger sitting next to me on the plane, and then I get there with no plans, the best thing is to not have a plan, because that's when the true magic and beauty unfolds. So for people that are too scared to travel, I would say the greatest gift you can give yourself, the best education you can have, is to travel, especially alone. Because for one of the tips that I could give you is, for the first week, you stay at a few hostels, or you stay at one hostel. And I'm telling you, you go into a hostel room. The room has about like 8 to 10 people. And usually the 8 to 10 people are in the same boat as you. And they're amazing, beautiful souls from all over the world that you can connect with. And the next thing you know, you're joining their journey, and you're traveling with these random strangers that become your best friend for a week or two. And then 2 weeks afterwards, when they have to leave, or you want to go your separate ways, or it just ends up being that you're going separate ways, you make new friends in a new hostel. And so it's constantly you're meeting new people, you're making new friends, and people are always so scared that they're going to be alone. But the funny thing is I feel more alone when I'm home. In Montreal, I feel more alone here than I do when I'm traveling. And that's a huge thing. And you know what your power is you can make friends easily. That's what I'm listening to you, and that's your biggest strength. Like, go and talk to people. That's what people should do more. You know? You're right. And look, and if it is difficult for you guys to make new friends because you're shy, I promise you're not the only shy ones at a hostel. Like, there's a mix of everything. You have a mix of it all in hostels. It's like a shit show. And so, and so, like, at breakfast time, you guys are in like one big area. It's like you're constantly meeting people. You're sitting down at tables with everybody at night. Everyone's drinking and singing and dancing, and there's no way that you could possibly travel alone and not make friends at hostels. So that's what I would suggest for people that are too scared to travel alone. Start off with a hostel. Also remember that at the front desk of majority of hostels, they have all these different packages and information for people. Like anywhere you go in the world, you go to certain hostels,
Okay.
and there's a front desk, and they will give you all the advice and tools and places and suggestions and all these tour guides and tour companies
Okay.
that you can go with. So there's always plans and things that you can join in on sporadically, like randomly, and just live in the moment. Do it,
No
and you're gonna get
plans.
disservice to yourself if you
Just
don't
do it.
travel.
Just do it.
The
Just
best
do it.
education.
Yes.
Hugo, do you travel?
Yes, I did.
Where's your favorite place in the world to travel?
Japan.
Japan.
Yes, I want to go to Japan.
Oh, you've never been?
No, but I have family in Japan.
Oh, you have family in Japan?
Yes.
But you've never been?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
you-
never been. I never been.
Okay, hold on. Let's book Hugo a ticket right now. Hugo, you ready? Wait, Hugo's going to Japan.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm going to Japan. No planning.
But where's the last place you traveled?
Peru?
Oh, you went to Peru.
Yeah, my country.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you went to Machu Picchu.
I didn't. Not yet.
What do you mean?
I went to go and visit my family. So
Okay, so it was
yeah.
a family trip.
Yeah, I know.
So you didn't do any ayahuasca?
I went to some Inca stuff in Trujillo. It's
What-
some in the north of Peru. Peru.
Okay.
So like all this Inca stuff and everything.
What's Inca?
Inca are the people that were there, like the Mayas and Aztecs of
Okay.
Mexico, but in Peru. Inca.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't do ayahuasca?
No, I didn't.
No?
You?
Do you want to do ayahuasca?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, I feel like you're just down for anything, eh? Hugo.
Yeah. Okay, and you know what? Jennifer came here to the podcast and she brings some. What's this?
What?
And-
It's sage. I just wanted
Yeah.
to joke around and say I said I brought
But
it.
I didn't know, so I'm like, look at that. And no, man, she's gonna smoke on the podcast. I feel, oh.
Yeah, that shit went live with Elon Musk and Joe Rogan. I just wanted to have some fun with you.
I'm like, oh my god, what am I gonna do now? But I don't know. But that
But
was
then I'm
fun.
happy to hear that when I got here and I told you I brought a joint, you said you're down. So guys,
And-
if for all of you guys who thought that Hugo was Mr. Innocent, you know, Hugo, I want to party with you.
Okay, good. Let's do that. Hey, before we go to the second part of the podcast, I want to know where people can contact you. Which platforms are you on and everything?
Yeah, if you guys want to contact me, you'll find a way. The universe will bring us together. No, but, you guys can find me on Instagram, Jennifer Selinger. I also have another account showcasing my passion and flow, which is my photography when I travel. I'm a travel visual journalist, so I have
Okay.
an account that's travel visual journalist,
Yes.
and then Jennifer Selinger that showcases my travels. You can also find me on Facebook, Jennifer Selinger. I also have a page, and I share a lot of my documentaries and
Okay.
films that I shoot and photos that I have
Good.
done while I'm traveling and here as well. So yeah, you could find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook,
Everywhere.
Twitter. I'm Jen Advisor. So yeah, you could find me anywhere, guys. If you're looking, you know where to find me.
So we're gonna put all the links so
That's really
people
cute.
can
Thanks,
contact
Hugo.
you. And I want to talk about TV. You've
Okay,
been on
TV.
a lot of TV shows. Let's talk about that.
Bring it. What do
Yes.
you want to know about my
Um,
TV life?
The Bachelor.
Oh, The Bachelor.
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
it's an oldie but goodie that everyone loves.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to know about The Bachelor?
How was it? Like we
How was it or who was it?
No, both.
Both?
Yeah,
Okay. It was the Tim Wormel season.
both. Okay.
We shot in Vancouver. It was an interesting experience. So when I was younger,
Yeah.
I was with my ex-boyfriend in New Jersey at the time, and I said to him, when like we were watching the show, well I was, he wasn't, and I was just like, one day if I'm not dating you, I swear to God, I'm going on that fucking show. I'm
Okay.
doing it. I'm applying. So I said when I'm like 26, I'm gonna do it. And so
Okay.
when I turned 26, I was single. I said nothing's gonna hold me back. I'm gonna go for this.
Yeah.
And I applied and I went in for the interview. I was like dressed to the nines. Like now when I think about it, it's kind of like hysterical. I'm like making fun of myself in my head. I like wore like this like red dress and I got my makeup done and I got my hair did and
Okay.
I just showed up like, like I with a friend who was like my little like team, player who was
Okay.
like my hype girl, and I showed up with like a booklet. Like it was like literally like an application booklet
Oh, yeah?
that I made for them, like
Okay.
reasons why I should be on The Bachelor.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I gave them like like
How many?
photos. I gave them like a resume. It was like the
Oh,
guy
wow.
looked at me and he was like, "Is this for real? Like, where did you come from?" And at the end of the interview, he said to me, he goes, "That was the funniest interview I've ever had in my life." He's like, "We had like 1,000 interviews in all
Yeah.
over the cities." And he goes, "That was the craziest interview I've ever had." So I knew right then and there that I was for sure going to make it. The
Okay.
show was great. It was a great experience. I got cut off early. I'm happy for that though, because there was a moment where I just realized that they were like asking me to say or do things that I just didn't feel comfortable with. And the thing is like I always have to stay true to myself.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, I'm a little bit of a wild card. You know, I brought like fake poop to put in the hot tub to be like, "Who shot at the pool girl?"
No, for
you know,
real.
I brought like a Nerf gun to like fuck with the videographers and stuff.
Okay.
You know, slip and slide. And they,
I saw some videos about that, and the girl went, "Oh, Jennifer's drunk. She always like drunk and everything. Like she's high."
what do you mean?
Oh yeah, the videos that on YouTube.
Not the girls love me. What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
I don't know.
Yeah, they love me. They were just oh no. They said one girl said, "I'm not sure if she's drunk or if she's always like this."
Yeah.
But yeah, fair enough. But yeah, no. So I brought all these gags, and like the producers were just like, "Jen, we want you to use them all right away. We want to show your full character." And I'm like, "Guys, don't you worry. You will get a show, but let me just be me."
Yeah.
So the thing is that experience in reality television made me realize, as a producer and as someone who wants my own, and I know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm going to have my own TV show,
Okay.
which I did, but I'll tell you about that a little bit later. Is that whatever show I end up having,
Yeah.
I will have to be true to myself.
Okay.
I don't want anyone telling me what to do, what to say. They could give suggestions, but
Okay.
what feels right for me in my heart, I will do
Yeah.
naturally. And I promise, like, and I told them, like, I'll give you a show, but just let me be me. And I think that I was too much of a wild card, and that it was starting to become the Jen show rather than the Bachelor Canada. Like,
Wow.
they even gave me the most screen time that episode.
Yeah.
So after that show, I got offered my own TV show with Belle.
Okay.
That was like the biggest moment of my life, because they asked me to like host, direct, produce my
Wow.
own television show,
Okay.
and that is my dream, because then I have complete control over everything that I say, everything that
Yes.
I do, everything that I interview. It's like what you do. You get to choose who you interview. No
Yeah.
one's been planning this for
Nobody's
you.
planning
So it's
that.
the best, because it's people that inspire you and people that you know you want to
I appreciate
get their
and
story
everything,
and
yeah.
appreciate. Exactly. So with this show, it was as if I was taking a class on how to create your own TV show.
Okay.
Because I literally was doing everything.
Okay. Wow.
So it was a great experience.
Yeah.
I loved it. But unfortunately, when they asked me to do the show, well, not unfortunately, because everything happens
For a
the way
reason.
it happens, and it's
Okay.
just how you react to it. So I'm still so fortunate and blessed for the experience. But I got accepted into visual journalism
Yes.
program at Concordia at
Okay.
the same time as I was offered the TV show. And I thought to myself, okay, you know what? I know deep down that like I'm going to have my own TV
Yes.
show. But the visual journalism program, they only accepted 12 students. And before having my show, I wanted to be able to master being in front and behind the camera.
Okay.
So I thought to myself, it would be better to enroll myself in the visual journalism program. I got
Okay.
a scholarship. I wanted to do grad school, do that for a year, and
Okay.
then host my show.
And you did, yes.
So, and then I did.
Yeah.
But the thing is, little did I know that few months before my show was supposed to air, the network got canceled.
Okay, well.
So if I would have done it the other way around, I would have got my show. But woulda,
Well.
coulda, shoulda, whatever. Anyways, so the good news is that I still have all the rights to the footage.
Okay.
So I'm working on it now. I'm editing the show, and I'm gonna still get it out there. So even though I'm not on television, fuck it, I still have my own TV show,
Yes.
and it deserves to be shown.
Yeah.
I put a lot of work into that. So sometimes things don't go as planned, and that's okay. I mean, at the time it was a nightmare. Like, literally
Yeah.
my world I thought was like falling apart.
Okay.
But it's those moments that are the biggest shitstorms in your life that help you grow and help show you the light as to like how much you want something.
Yes.
And like I'm not gonna give up, and it's just a matter of time that it's gonna happen again.
Yeah.
It's not when. It's not. I mean, it's not if. It's when.
It's when,
It's
it's-
gonna happen.
yeah.
Exactly. So I also this week I was working with MasterChef Canada. I help with
Okay.
every year with MasterChef for
Are
the
you
auditions
are you
in
a good
Montreal.
cook?
Sorry?
Are you a good cook?
I am a
Yeah?
really good cook.
Yeah?
A lot of people don't know about that, but I love cooking. So what my favorite dish is?
Okay.
It's a jambalaya. I pretty much throw everything in
No way.
everything, and it's literally a mix of it all. It's a Jen Selinger buffet, and that's kind of a metaphor of my life.
Okay.
Because I get bored like easily, so I throw everything
Are
together.
there lobster inside?
No lobster. I've
No
never had
lobster.
lobster before in
No.
my life, and I never will, guys.
Okay.
Well, because of the way that they kill them, it's just so inhumane.
Yes.
Like alive, they'll put them in the freezer or like put them in boiling water. I cannot do it. Anyway, sorry guys for all of you who eat lobster. As you do you, but I can't do it.
Okay.
I'll never forget. I a little sidetrack. No,
Yeah.
this story always haunted me. My brother is a contemporary dancer, and he told me there was this contemporary dance piece where this
Okay.
guy brought a lobster to the stage, but he mic'd up the lobster. He put like a lav mic next to the lobster,
Okay.
and he took like a butcher knife and was going like this.
Oh my God.
Going like this around the lobster
Yeah?
and around the lobster's head. And basically, what ended up happening was, the closer that the knife went to the lobster, the faster the heartbeat would go. So the lobster knew
Okay.
what was happening. And I think like we tend to forget
Yeah.
that these animals understand and feel, and especially fish
Mm.
and mammals. And I feel like people forget that these like fish do
They're
feel
alive.
too.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
oh
alive.
yeah, I went fishing, but like release them afterwards. It's like, okay, well, I've done a lot of research, and
Yeah.
most fish do either suffocate or bleed to death, and they do feel pain. A lot of people think that
No, they do
oh,
feel
they
pain.
do feel pain. They
Yeah.
have nerve endings. Anyway, so I love animals so much.
Hmm.
Anyways, okay. So yeah, what was the question? I don't even know.
We got the flow.
Lobsters. Oh, do I put lobster in my jambalaya? No, I don't. No, I don't.
Hey, there's a funny quote of you when you were in The Bachelor. What was it?
Okay, I don't even know where it came from. So basically, like, as like spiritual people say, they download things. So for me, it's like my divine. I don't know. It's like a higher whatever just comes to me. It just I don't know where shit comes out of my mouth. I don't even know where it
Okay.
comes from. But like I think we were filming, and I don't even remember. I'm such in the moment that I don't even remember what I was saying.
Yeah.
And then when I watched it, I went like, "What? Like is that a line that they fed me? Because like that's really good. Like, I
Yeah,
don't even
it was
remember
good,
saying
yeah.
that. So I think like what I said is I'm a little bit of a nut. I'm hoping he's a little bit of a nut, and maybe we can make some peanut butter. And it was like voted like the best quote of the season.
That's some good craft ads. Like,
It's an honor.
Yes.
Yeah, best
Hey,
quote. So hopefully after this podcast, I'll have another quote. Another
Yeah.
quote of the podcast.
It was such an amazing podcast. I'm really glad to have you on the show. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Hugo. Like you asked me a bunch of questions, but does the interviewee ever ask you questions?
No.
Can I ask you a couple
Yes,
questions?
go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, look at his energy just changed right there. He's not in the. You feel like maybe you're not in the hot seat anymore. So, how do you choose the people that you want to interview? How do you choose them?
I really look on the profiles and everything, and I see that they're doing great things. Entrepreneurs, influencers. They had something more than just show off. They want to contribute to people's life. So like yourself, we did an event together, and a lot of people told me that Jennifer, like, she has so much energy, and that's why I really want to interview on my podcast. That's why.
Thanks, Hugo.
And there's some people that met you before, and they say, yeah, I met Jennifer before, and she changed my life. She told me this, and yeah.
Wow.
So I really want to interview people like that.
Thanks, Hugo.
Yeah, that's
Thank you so much. And so, what is your dream and what's your passion?
my dream is to, because I have a tech company,
Okay.
like I'm doing on the side, is to bring it to the stock market, to the IPO in New York. That's my dream, like to bring my company from zero to from nothing to something.
From nothing to nothing to something.
Yeah.
Well, it's never nothing though. But tell me more about your passions and what flow. What's your flow?
I really like to create stuff. Like maybe I'm an artist.
You're an artist.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
well, we
know.
all are artists. But yeah.
So I like to create stuff, like to have something in my mind and to put it on paper and start creating a team and everything. That's what I like.
So when you say create stuff, so what does creating as an artist to you mean? Because to me, I truly believe that everybody on this planet, we're all artists.
Okay.
We're all living art.
Yes.
So we're all creating, even our worst enemies that are like,
Yes.
bringing shitstorms into our life. It's still beautiful art that we're learning and growing from. So
Yeah.
when you say you're creating, What kind of stuff do you create?
Well, I like technology.
Okay.
You know what I like from technology is the change that comes from it. You know, people like technology because they want to code and have all this stuff and the machines. But I really like technology because it brings change to people's life. And I suppose I like the change more than that because I really want to change myself. Like sometimes I don't know, maybe I should be better. Sometimes I don't like myself. Like I should just change. That's what I
You're
like.
not alone on that. I feel like
Yeah.
we all feel that way.
Yeah.
But that means that we're just growing and evolving and becoming a better version of ourselves.
Yeah.
But yeah, change is good. But when you're talking about technology,
Yeah.
what kind of technology are you talking? Like, are we talking about like robots? I
No,
don't know,
more like apps and
apps.
yeah,
Okay,
so
computer technology.
AI, and everything like that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I really like that. I like the change that comes from it. Technology is good, but I really like it. Just come out of nowhere and change people's life.
How did you get involved in technology? Like, when did that start for you?
Well, it started in 2015. I was sitting down. I was sitting down with my friend. We were talking, and he said, "Oh, let's do an app together. Let's do something to change the world." But before changing the world, you have to change yourself. You know. That's why.
Oh my God, Hugo, I loved you. That was beautiful.
Because people are always trying to change the world, but the world is too big for only one person to change it. Yeah. So that's my point. Anyways, I always only want to win. I only wanted to win. Like I want to win something to be.
So what does that mean to win? What do you mean by you
to
want to
me-
win?
To be respected by people. To really,
Respect.
yeah,
But then it comes back to respecting yourself too. So it comes back to that again.
yeah,
It always comes back down to yourself.
Yeah.
Right? People will respect you once you respect yourself.
it's true. Yeah.
You want to make a change in the world, but you have to make a change within yourself first.
Yes.
But the funny thing is that these changes are going to constantly be in flux. Like they're constantly going to be going on. It's a continuous journey and exploration. So
Yeah.
I feel like it's funny because I'll be talking to people about growth, and it's happened a few times where someone's just like, Jen, like, how much can you grow? Like, all you talk about is this growth.
Yeah.
But
It's-
that's life. Every day
Yeah,
we're
it never
growing.
ends.
After this podcast, I'm going to be a different person than I was when I walked in.
Yeah, it never ends.
Every fight I have with someone, I'm not the same person. Everything that happens in our lives, like, we're growing. We're evolving.
Yeah.
And you're going to take those tools and you're going to take those lessons and you're going to take those experiences and help better people.
Yeah.
And that's what's great about these podcasts is with each podcast and each person that
Yeah.
you connect with. And that's another thing is like human connection.
Yeah, human connection.
Every human connection, like today at Starbucks, I gave everybody, well, not everybody, there were 4 people behind the counter. I
Yeah.
gave them my number. I added them on Facebook. I added them on Instagram.
Yes.
They change my day every day because they give me free Starbucks.
Okay.
Because I don't know. They make my day. I make theirs,
Yeah.
and then now we're making plans to go. I'm going to go out for dinner with the Starbucks people. The thing is, the point of this is that it's so important to have this human connection,
Yes.
not just even during a podcast, just in everyday life.
Yeah.
It's these beautiful experiences that we have with people that will forever change who we are,
Yes.
and vice versa. It's these human connection moments and experiences that really help shape who we are today, and it's how you're going to reflect
Yeah.
on them.
And you know what, Jennifer? I always talk with people, and it seems to me that people hate people. I don't know why.
You feel that way?
Well, some of the people I go around and say, I hate people. Oh, you know, you go to
I hear that
Starbucks
too.
and I hate the customer. I have that, but you have to go and talk with people. You never know who he is. He can be the one that's gonna help you grow your business. He can be, I don't know, your wife or something. The only thing you have to do is just a smile. You get a smile, and people will smile back to you, and then you can go and talk with them. But that's me. That's my point of view. But
Yeah.
it seems to me that a lot of people hate people.
I
I don't know.
So, you know what? Touching on that note,
Yeah.
yeah, there are times where, like, you know, I'm talking to some friends and they're just like, oh, I've had enough of everybody right now. Like, I'm so fed up of the world and people, and I get it. I do hear that fair amount. So I'm going to touch on that.
Oh, yeah.
How much time do we have? Or can I keep
Another,
going? Yeah, we're good.
another 5 minutes.
Okay,
Another 5
cool.
minutes.
So, on that note, I'm a lover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what that means to me is that with everybody that I meet, I mean, I don't love everyone,
Okay.
I mean, I do love everyone, but
Okay.
okay. So where am I going with this? So basically, when I meet people and I feel a connection,
Yeah.
and I feel the love,
Okay.
I say it. And so some of my friends have said, since high school,
Yeah.
they would say, Jen, it's enough already. You don't have to tell everyone you love them.
Yeah.
How do you just love a stranger? How is it so easy for you to say I love you? You don't mean it. And so the thing is, Hugues, is that when I have these connections with people,
Yes.
these moments, these special moments and interactions,
Yeah.
I really do feel the love. And I do let the person know in the moment, even if it's a stranger at a front desk that I'm speaking to for 4 minutes.
Okay.
I love you, and leave. I know, like they may like smile and be like, what? But I mean it. And the
Okay.
thing is that it took me a while to realize this.
Yeah.
But the reason why it's so easy for me to love
Okay.
people, so even toxic people in my life that I've had to let go, in my heart, I say every day whenever they come to my mind, I say, I'm sending you love and light. I'm sending you love and light, and I will always love you. Because in the end, everybody that I interact with and everybody that I meet, I do love them because I love myself.
Yeah,
And what I
that's it.
see in them is what I see in me.
Yes.
And love is this beautiful circle where if you truly
Yeah.
love yourself,
Yeah.
you will see yourself in every living creature and human and insect. And
Yes.
it isn't difficult to love.
Yeah.
It isn't difficult to say I love you to complete strangers, because fuck it, I really
Yes.
do feel it. Hugo, I love you. I love
Thank
you,
you.
and I love you too over there. I love you guys. I really do. I love your energy. I love you for wanting me to be on this podcast. I love,
Thank you.
No, I love that you're an empath, and that even from the moment I met you, you have such a gentle, soft heart. And it is
Thank
the
you.
cutest thing. It is the cutest thing, Hugo, because I see you chasing your dreams, and I see you're not someone who's going to give up, and you're out there. You
Yes.
created the Influencers Unite event. Like, it's amazing.
Yes.
You have an idea and you put it to the table, and
Yes.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
The determination that you have, Hugo, like, congratulations. I'm giving you a clap.
Thank
and,
you.
and I really do love you, and you're inspiring.
Thank you.
So thank you for having me. And just for the people out there that do find themselves saying, I hate everybody, I'm so sick of this world, I'm just so angry.
Yeah.
You're not alone. There are a lot of people that feel that way.
Yes.
And just I guess a piece of advice, and if it doesn't resonate with you, then don't take it. But what I would say is, when these feelings arise,
Yeah.
be aware, sit with it,
Okay.
meditate with
Meditate,
it, meditate on it, and try to understand where it's coming from, and try to figure out if there's this common theme that's going on, if this is continuously happening, where negative things are happening in your life. It's usually because there are big changes that need to be made
Yes.
in order for growth to happen. And
Okay.
so when you're feeling angry at the world, when you're hating everybody around you, then it means you're ready for a change. You're ready for some growth. So great for you that you're realizing you're not in
Yeah.
a happy place. Now it's time to make a change in your life to grow. So maybe that means say goodbye to some toxic people in
Yeah.
your life that are constantly making you cry. Well, they're not making you cry, you're allowing them to make you cry, but say goodbye, because you the more you say goodbye to these negative things that are happening in your life,
Yes.
the more room you're allowing to free for positive things to happen.
Yeah.
But I know what it feels like when, like, one thing goes wrong, and then 3 things go wrong, and then 6 things go wrong, and you thought that things happen in 3s, and then all of a sudden it happens in 6s, and you're just like, when am I going to get a break?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, you are the creator of your life. And unfortunately, sometimes shit storms happen and everything will spiral down. But it's up to you on how you're going to react to these things, how you're going to grow from these
Yes.
things, and how you can become and evolve and become the best version of yourself. It is up to you. It is up to you, and it is up to me.
Wow. Wow. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Hugo,
I
for
got so
having me.
emotional now. I'm like, oh.
I love you.
You know, let's smoke this.
Let's smoke this sage, guys.
Thank-
I brought this to clear the rooms from the other interviews, and then I thought maybe we'd clear it after I was
Elon
here
Musk
for shits
stuff.
and giggles.
And
Hugo, thank
I
you so much for
appreciate-
having
thank
me.
you very
I
much.
really do love you,
Yeah.
and this is my first podcast, guys. This is awesome. I've been on the radio, but never did a podcast.
Yeah, thank you very much to you guys. Thank you for watching. I appreciate. See ya. Woo! That was amazing. I got emotional then. Watching until the end, so don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and hit the bell for more notifications.